Hey you all, also hi to fellow dressmakers. You're welcome to another interesting tutorial. My name is Confidence. In this video, I'll be taking you through the process of making these simple structured sleeves. So if you're interested in something like that, make sure you watch this video to the very end. And without much ado, let's get right into it.
Hello, you don't even know my name, but I am happy you came by.
So these are the basic materials I'll be needing for these sleeves. I have my dog face. You'll be needing at least 1 yard of any fabric of choice. I have my lining and I have this paper stay. My measuring tape, scissors and then chalk. And then for the structure, I won't advise that you use paper stay. Please do not even try it if you want it structured. Use bobbinet instead or collar stay. So you can use bobbinet. Bobbinet is better, or any hard interface. Some people know this bobbinet as clean net, but it's actually bobbinet. You can also use your clean if you so wish, but I'll be using the paper stay just for this tutorial. So what I'll do now is to go ahead and fold my fabric. Fold it like I want to cut a 360-degree flare, just the same way you used to fold your fabric to cut a full flare. So my fabric is folded now, just as you can see, 4 folds. And then the next thing I'll do is to go ahead and highlight the length of this fold, just like so, just to make sure that we are on the same page. That's the length. So what I'll do next is to go ahead and take the length of the sleeves, and this is my first mistake. Not really a mistake, but if you want exactly what is on the thumbnail, do not do like me here. So what I mean is I use 14 inches here, and if you want exactly what is on the thumbnail, do not exceed 8 inches as the length of the flare. And whatever you want to use as the radius should be how puffy you want the sleeves to be. So if you want to have more pleats, make sure you use 6 or 5 inches as the radius of the flare. Hope you get that. So from that air length, I will now measure what I have from the tip to that 14 inches, and then I have, I think, 6 inches, and I measured it all around. So what I'll do now is to go ahead and mark that 14 inches all around. If you are following up, if you are doing this while practicing, if you are watching this video while practicing, make sure you are doing 8 inches, not 14 inches. Except you want a longer length, but if you want what is exactly on the thumbnail, please do not exceed that 8 inches. So I'll go ahead and cut it out. And then after cutting it out, I will slash it open on this side. Slash it again to have half flare each. So we'll be working with this one now. This is what it looks like. Basically a half flare. So what I'll do now is to go ahead and use this to trace it out on the lining. I'll fold my lining and then place it on it. As you can see, my lining is folded and I'm tracing it out. I'm tracing for the 2 sleeves, just as you can see it here.
I don't wanna hear her say, I don't wanna hear her say you there with another man. The way your body rotate, I don't go like if I see you with another man. I don't wanna hear her say, I don't wanna hear her say.
The next thing I'll do is to go to my ironing table and then use a hot iron to interface it on both the line and then the fabric to have something like this. And this is the point where I corrected the mistake. I reduced the length to 8 inches, both the line and then the main fabric, just like we agreed. Again, it's not bad to do more than 8 inches, but we are trying to get what we ordered, what is on the thumbnail. So what you will do next is to go ahead and fold the main fabric like so, and then stitch it at that point that I pointed, and then stitch on the lining to just go ahead and close the opening part, this side. So you can decide not to close it if you so wish, but it's important that you do it so that it will guide you to know where would be going to your armhole. And then the next thing you do is to give it this nice curve. Just go ahead and curve it like so, and then you cut it off. You don't need any measurement for this curving. Just go ahead and use your creative mind to curve it like this.
I don't wanna hear her say, I don't wanna hear her say you day with another man. The way your body rotates.
And before you say, why not just curve it from this part that is already open? Like I said, closing this part would help you to know where would be going to your armhole. As we go, you will see more reason why you should not curve from this part that is already open. It's not bad anyway, but it will save you time and stress. So the next thing I'll do now is to go ahead and trace this curve that we have here on the lining. Make sure that both the fabric and then the lining are matching up. Make sure it's not folding on the inside, and then you trace it out. And this is what we have. Just like you're making an overlap peplum, just something like that. Next thing you do now is to go ahead, if you don't want to give it a nice finishing, just go ahead and turn it at the down part like this. You place your lining right side facing right side on the main fabric, and then you go ahead and close it just on the down part. But if you want to do like me, like I said before, go ahead and this opening part separately, like you close the main fabric separate and then you close the lining separate before you now place it. It should look like this after joining it, right? So you go ahead and stitch it all around to have something as beautiful and neat like this. So this is the essence of doing it that way. Can you see, after pressing it, it's very flat and neat, and we still know where would be going to the armhole area. It's time for the business of the day. So what you will do is to go ahead and fold it like so. Make sure that joining serves as the middle point at this point, and then from that point you go ahead and take your round sleeve measurement. Do you not see another reason why you should close it like that? Not curve from that opening part, so that you know where to take your round sleeve measurement. I hope you understand. Now from that your round sleeve measurement, go ahead and join it all the way to the other end. Just use at least 0.25 inches to join. Do not even get up to half inch. It's not like you cannot use half inch to join, but joining it with just 0.25 would give you a smooth look like this. Even without ironing, you can see that it's not bulky on the outside. Can you see how little I joined this? You should have something like this after joining. And the only opening part here now is the round sleeves measurement. Now go ahead and turn it out and then give it the sleeves curve. You know that your sleeves cap, just go ahead and give it that curve here, just to make it look like sleeve. So leaving it like this, leaving it point like this is not even an option. Again, it's not bad, but just go ahead and give it that sleeves curve. It will be neat after attaching it to your main dress. Then the next thing you do is to go ahead and gather it all around, and make sure you have your round armhole measurement after gathering it. Even if it means starting from that joining to gather it all around, do whatever would give you your round armhole measurement. That's the goal. And this is what I have afterwards. Can you see? Our sleeves already came out so beautiful, even without structure. Imagine if we used a proper structure for these sleeves. It would have been more amazing. So I'll go ahead and measure all around to make sure I have my round armhole measurements, and I'm supposed to have 17 inches, but I have 16. So what I'll do is to just lose a pleat, and of course I'll have my 17 inches. I'll now go ahead and start from this joining here and attach it to my sleeves. That joining will be going to your mid shoulder. That's where you join your shoulder measurement. Go ahead and attach it like that, and your sleeves is ready. So this will be the end of our tutorial. Do let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and I'll see you on my next
I
one.
don't wanna
Be
see
good.
you with
Bye.
no